Kujawa here. Welcome to the Monday night Course in Miracles class. And I'm going to open, as I always do, with an opening meditation. So, the opportunity here is to absolutely retire from the world for just a few moments and seek reality instead. All right? Anybody up for that? Okay. The Course in Miracles says, every moment you spend away from the world, when you come back to the world, you see it different. You feel freer. You feel more loving. You feel more resourceful and more safe to be in the world. So let's do that for a few minutes. Does that sound good? Wonderful. All right. So go ahead and close your eyes. And take a breath. Let it go. Use your breath to focus your awareness in this precious, precious, holy instant now. And we tell our minds, hey minds, it is safe to come back home to the now. It's safe to come back home. It's safe to rest just here, now. We haven't found our peace and our happiness in the past or in the future. And we have wearied ourselves by searching for happiness and peace where it was not, which was in the past or in the future. And so now we rest our weary minds by allowing our minds to come home and rest in the now. And when we allow our minds to come back home to the now, it's like falling back into the strong, loving arms of God and just allowing ourselves to feel supported, held in strong, wise, loving arms. Arms that contain a compassion, a tenderness that we cannot comprehend. That's what coming back home to rest in the now is like. That's what's available for us. And breathe. Let it go. And here in this holy instant, we just let go of everything we think we know. We let go of everything we think we should be doing. We let go of everything that we think we are. And we come with holy, empty hands unto our God. And we say, here I am, Lord. Here I am. Empty hands, open holy instant, willing to be your precious, beloved child again. And breathe. And give these words to your spirit. And give these words to your mind. I rest in God. I rest in the infinite love that created me and in which I remain forever. I rest. And resting in this infinite love for me that is eternal, that is unconditional, I need do nothing. I need do nothing. What does it feel like to just rest in the arms of infinite love? Now I want you to draw into your rest the whole planet. I want you to just imagine gathering the planet into your arms, into the center of your peace, and just hold it and just marinate it in your peace. The peace that you were given by your Creator. Just hold the world. Pour your compassion upon it, just like your Creator does to you. You are your Creator's beloved, precious beloved child in whom your Creator is well pleased. And you'll create a pours its love upon you in every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day. And now for just a few moments, let's do the same. Let's extend that love to the world that is one with us. Let us whisper to the world, thank you. I am sorry. And I love you. And we are one. Just imagine that world just merging with you, just moves inside of you. Beautiful. Beautiful. And just bring your attention within, into that quiet center of being within you, that place within you where the activities of the body cease to demand attention, that place within you where the voice for God Himself can be heard in crystal clarity, always loving you, always communicating with you, always calling you back. And in this place, we just let our gratitude to our teacher and our gratitude to our Creator and our gratitude to our brothers and sisters fill our hearts and flood every cell in our body with the light, the healing, radiant light of gratitude, flooding your heart, filling your heart, overflowing your heart, flooding every cell in your body with the light, the healing, radiant, golden light of gratitude to everything that is, and that is one with you. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, just take a breath and yawn and stretch and bring your awareness back to the room and back to your body, knowing that you can return to this now, this holy instant now, anytime, for free. For free. Oh, it's for free? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Here it is, heaven's here right now, available, ready, and it's totally free. And how often do we partake of that? No, I'd rather pay for hell. Because. All right. So, how was that for you guys? Was that as good for you as it was for me? Okay. I love that part of our class. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so where we're at today is in the teacher's manual, and we are in the section number 24 in the teacher's manual. If anybody needs a book, we've got books up here. So the way that I came up with what section to do is what I've been doing lately. I go into prayer and I acknowledge the universal inspiration, knows who's going to be here, knows who's going to be watching or impacted by this class in any way, shape, or form. I acknowledge that this universal inspiration knows exactly what every single one of our calls for love is right now, and knows exactly what the answer is to that call for love, and exactly how to answer it. And I acknowledge that it wants to. And then I say, so would you please then decide for us all what section we do this evening? And then I close my eyes and I get quiet, and then I do my random number generator, which I say, which book should we be in? And it chose the teacher's manual. Then I put in the number of sections and then hit it again. Okay, so it came up with, is reincarnation true? And I'm reading, I'm like, I think you might have been mistaken. That doesn't seem relevant. I don't see how that could really answer. Maybe I should just do it again.
Check the battery.
Thank you. Would you say check my vanity?
The battery.
Oh, the battery. Yeah. Maybe the batteries are low, and that's why it picked that.
Yeah.
So I was reading through it, and I was just like, I don't know, maybe I should pick again. I don't know. Maybe Spirit made a mistake. No, I don't see the relevance. And then I got to the end of it, and I was like, oh, I get ya. Okay, all right. Note to self. Oh, ye of little faith. When I got to the end, I'm like, oh, okay, I gotcha. I see. All right. So this is so remember, we're in the teacher's manual, and so the teacher's manual is something that has the purpose of answering questions that people who are teachers of truth, demonstrators of love, might come up with, or things that we as love teachers, love demonstrators might experience as we develop our function as teachers. We're all teachers of love. We're all here to teach the love that we are. Why? So that we can learn that we're only love. And the only way to learn that you are only love is to teach that you are love. And it says here in the teacher's manual that first you accept your job role, your teaching role, then you learn what it means to do it. In the world, you go to school to become a teacher, or you go to school to become whatever your profession's going to be, and you learn how to do it, and then you go do it. Here, first you become it, and then you learn what it means to be that. Okay? So as we are learning how to be teachers of love and teach love and demonstrate love, there's certain things that will come up. And one of the things that comes up as challenges when you become a teacher of love is that you sometimes fall into the temptation of arguing about things with people that the universe sent you to teach. Okay, so the Course in Miracles says we fall into the trap sometimes of, instead of truly teaching love, we will argue about ideas and concepts, and we'll kind of get bogged down in controversies about things. And so we find ourselves kind of arguing with the people God sent us about what is so and what things mean, instead of utilizing what that holy encounter was really for, which is something altogether different than us trying to prove something to somebody else. Does anybody recognize that little trap that we fall into? All right. That teaching somehow means convincing people of something that we believe that they don't. Okay. So this section really speaks to that. What we about that temptation and what is it we're really supposed to be doing with the folks that the universe sends us. Okay? So, it says, in the ultimate sense, reincarnation is impossible. Okay. Didn't expect it to say that, huh? Why is that? That's because there is no past nor future. Oh. And the idea, which means the idea of birth into a body has no meaning either once or many times. Interesting. So, reincarnation cannot then be true in any real sense. In a sense of reality, it can't be true because birth into a body doesn't mean anything ever. Right? Now, then it says, our only question should be this: is the concept of reincarnation helpful? That's the only question. Now, is reincarnation true? Let's argue about it. The only question should be, is the concept helpful? And that depends, of course, on what that concept of reincarnation is used for. Is the concept of reincarnation helpful? Well, what are you using it for? And if the concept of reincarnation is used to strengthen the recognition of the eternal nature of life, well, then the concept of reincarnation is helpful indeed. Is any other question about reincarnation really useful in lighting up the way? That's the only question about reincarnation that is really useful in what? Lighting up the way. Is it lightening up my path? Is it lightening up my path? Right? Is it putting more light on the path? That's the only question that should be asked, and that's the only thing that would make the concept of reincarnation, or any concept, useful. Is it lightening up my path? Is it helpful? Is it useful? For what? For lightening up the path. Not making it darker, not making it heavier, not making it more complicated. Okay? It says, like many other beliefs, the idea of reincarnation can be bitterly misused. Okay? How is it that we have bitterly misused the concept of reincarnation? Well, at least such misuse offers preoccupation and perhaps pride in the past. Okay? Notice how when people talk about their past lives, they're always like kings and queens and masters and emperors and, and historical figures.
I was a janitor.
See, you never hear that. You never hear, well, yeah, I was a janitor in my past life. You never hear that. You hear, I was Sheba. I was, Horus. I was, right? So, misuse of the idea of reincarnation is preoccupation with the past. What did I used to be? What did I used to be? Hopefully it's something more special than I am now. And pride. And that's at best, by the way. That's the best misuse of it. At worst, the idea misusing reincarnation induces inertia in the present. Well, I'm stuck in the life I am right now because I was abused in the past, or I was murdered in the past, or I was so great in the past and now I can't really relate to this ordinary life. So that's the worst misuse of it, inertia in the present. And in between, many kinds of folly are possible when you're misusing the idea of reincarnation. Then it says, reincarnation would not, under any circumstances, be the problem to be dealt with now. Because if reincarnation were responsible for some of the difficulties that you face now, well, your task would still be only to escape from those difficulties now. Even if the cause of your difficulties is in the past, you still can only escape from those difficulties now. If you got them now, the cause is now. All right? So then it says, if you are laying the groundwork for a future life, you can still work out your happiness and freedom only now. To some people, there may be comfort in the concept of reincarnation, and if the idea of reincarnation heartens them, well, its value is self-evident. It is certain, however, that the way to freedom, the way to happiness, can be found by those who believe in reincarnation and by those who do not believe in reincarnation. And so the idea of reincarnation cannot therefore be regarded as essential to the curriculum. There is always some risk in seeing the present in terms of the past, and there is always some good in any thought which strengthens the idea that life and the body are not the same. Right? So what's the risk? Seeing your present in terms of the past. You're running a risk if you're seeing the now in terms of the past. Whether that's reincarnation, your past lifetime, or what you did yesterday, or what happened in your childhood. But there's always some good in realizing that life and the body are not the same. Love that thought. Life and the body are not the same. Here's my life, here's my body. They aren't the same. This is a body. My life is my life, and it's not contained in a body. Doesn't have anything to do with the body. Okay? So, for our purposes, it would not be helpful to take any definite stand on reincarnation. Remember, we are teachers of the truth here. So he's saying, as teachers of the truth, we don't need to take a definite stand on it. It's real. It's not. It's good. It's bad. We don't take a definite stand on it. Why? Because you should be as helpful to those who believe in reincarnation as to those who do not believe in reincarnation. We should be helpful to everybody, not just those who believe like we do. Okay? Note to self, as teachers, our goal is to be helpful to everybody. And if a definite stand on reincarnation were required of you, it would merely limit your usefulness as well as your own decision making. Our course is not concerned with any concept that is not acceptable to anyone, regardless of their formal beliefs. Their ego will be enough for them to cope with, and it's not part of wisdom to add sectarian controversies to their burdens. So we're not here to add more burdens to them. Their ego is already plenty enough for them than to add sectarian controversies to their burdens. Okay? They're already like, how am I going to make it? How am I going to survive? Who am I? What's my value? What's my worth? I hate myself. I'm afraid. We don't need to add anything else onto them like, well, you also have to believe in reincarnation. Okay? Screw reincarnation. I'm scared. I hate myself. I'm sick. I'm broke. I'm afraid. I'm here. Help. Don't be adding sectarian controversies to my burdens. Nor would there be an advantage in their premature acceptance of A Course in Miracles just because A Course in Miracles advocates a long-held belief of their own. Okay? So it's also not good that they go, oh, because A Course in Miracles advocates reincarnation, I will accept A Course in Miracles. All right. So I'm going to pause here for a second. Yes?
Just a few comments.
Thank you.
Connor says, well, first of all, Sophia wanted to compliment your dress.
Oh, why, thank you, Sophia, honey.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thanks, Sophia.
Connor says, life and the body are not the same. I need to remember that.
Amen. Mm-hmm.
And Sophia says, emotional scars from the past. I think I'm healing those here with whatever God sends.
Yes.
Is that seeing myself through the past?
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's seeing yourself as worthy of receiving healing and being healed right now, and then being healed by that perception. So that's what I would say to that. Okay? Thank you. Yes, Julie?
You don't have a copy of your ranch in there, do you, by chance?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just reading about
Yes,
this
yes.
last night, and I wrote the page number down to
Yep.
talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And
Thank
the
you.
master said,
That's right.
no.
And Billy, any other comments there?
We're good.
Okay. Also, anything else before we go on?
It reminds
Yes.
me of in my defenselessness, my
Mhm.
safety lies.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. It's our jobs here as teachers of love. Remember, our job here is to teach love. Remember why? Because that's the only way to learn that you are only love. We're suffering because we think we're something besides love. I think I'm a body. And because I think I'm a body, I think I'm limited, and I think I'm mortal, and I think I'm fallible, and I think I'm full of sin, and I think I can die, and I think I can lose what I love, and I think I can be inadequate. I need to teach love. I need to teach the truth so that I can learn it for myself. So that's why we are now teachers of truth. And one thing that it wants us to know very clearly is don't forget what your job is, what your function is when you're with somebody. And it's not to argue about ideas that can't be proved or experienced right now. Don't get bogged down on that. Don't give in to the temptation to argue with them about things that don't matter. Don't do that. Yes.
Because when I go out in the world and I have my appointments, my divine appointments with people, I realize that they're different than I am. And I always try and focus on how I can join with somebody no matter what our beliefs are.
Exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly, and that's what a good teacher does. A good teacher's skill and gift is that they're a good translator. So they listen to whatever language the person that they're with speaks, whatever language that is. And I don't mean language as in English, Spanish, French. I mean, everybody speaks the language of their beliefs. And so you listen for their languaging, their belief system, and you speak to them through that language. You don't change the meaning of what you're teaching, which is only love, only oneness. You don't change the meaning, but you speak in the language that they speak in, so that they walk away going, wow, that person is just like me. That's what a good teacher does. A good teacher is a translator. A bad teacher is someone who's like this. I know the truth, and once I convince you that the way I see it is right and you agree, well, then you will be right too. And wouldn't that be lovely? And then you could be part of my club. Okay, that's an ego-oriented teacher. That is somebody who is not fulfilling their healing function. Okay, so it's reminding us of how not to get bogged down with things that don't matter in the holy appointments, in the holy encounters. Don't get bogged down with things that don't matter. Like, is reincarnation real? Is God real? Does God exist? What is God? Blah, blah, blah. Those are sectarian controversies that don't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that in this holy instant, we lose sight of separate interests for a moment, and we remember that we have the same Creator, and that makes us siblings. That makes us one. And that's what's important.
And the Course goes over and over about the fact that we're living now, in the now only matters.
Yes.
Past the future.
Exactly.
So if you were a queen, well, but you're not one now. I mean, we want to concentrate on like you said, what we need to see in common.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
Like, you're going to say, well, I was a janitor. Well, now what am I going to do? I was a queen.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
doesn't matter.
Well,
It's
yeah.
still
Well, what
matter.
happened that you were a queen and now you're whatever you are now? I guess you didn't learn something.
But I like
Yeah,
the
right.
map.
Yes,
Staying
exactly.
in the-
And
what's going on right now.
exactly. And listen, if we will stay present with our connection with that person, remembering that the universe sent this person for something that we can accomplish and experience right now, and we just focus on that, then we can receive and experience the gift, the treasure that the universe put in the middle of every holy encounter. Every encounter. So, beautiful. Then it says, it cannot be too strongly emphasized. It cannot be too strongly emphasized that this course aims at a complete reversal of thought. So when people ask you, what is that Course in Miracles thing about? Oh, just a complete reversal of thought. That's not much, you know, just complete brainwashing for the good, for the better. Okay. Now, when this complete reversal of thought is finally accomplished, then issues such as the validity of reincarnation become totally meaningless. Once you've totally allowed your thinking to be reversed from fear to love, that's a complete reversal, by the way, then those concepts, reincarnation or whatever else, is completely meaningless. Now, until then, these ideas are likely to be merely controversial. So, you are therefore wise to step away from all such questions. Why? Because you have much to teach and to learn apart from those sectarian controversies or questions, such as, what is God? Is God real? Is reincarnation real? And all the other ones, right? We have much to teach and learn apart from those sectarian old beliefs. What kind of beliefs? Beliefs that we have used to separate us as a family of God for a long time, right? Then it says, you should both learn and teach that theoretical issues but waste time. What does that mean? That means theoretical issues drain time away from its appointed purpose. Okay? So we don't want to waste time on theoretical issues. What's a theoretical issue? Something that you can't be proved one way or another right now. Something that we can't be proved one way or another right now. That's a sectarian issue, okay? And that's a theoretical issue. Then it says, if there are aspects to any concept or belief that will be helpful, you will be told about it. You will also be told how to use it. What more need you know? Okay? If there is something about that idea, that theoretical issue like reincarnation, that's helpful, then you'll be told about it. Your teacher will say, hey, go read this book because the next person that you're going to meet, that's going to be the language they speak. And then, whew, beautiful. You were told that it was going to be helpful to you. All right? It says you will be, if there is something about it that's helpful, you'll be told about it. You'll also be told how to use it. That's all you need to know. Does this mean that you should not believe in reincarnation yourself or discuss reincarnation with others who do? Well, the answer is certainly not! Exclamation point. If you do believe in reincarnation, then it would be a mistake for you to renounce the belief unless your internal teacher so advised. Hear that. Unless your internal teacher so advised. If you believe in something and it's useful to you, if you believe in something, it's not wise to go, well, it doesn't sound like the Course in Miracles advocates that, so I'm going to I'm gonna dismiss that. Don't do that unless your internal teacher's so advised. I love that. Yes? Yes?
Something good for a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I have no separate interests from anyone. Annie, your willingness to be used by love is healing the world. Trust it's true. You are a great teacher of God.
Right.
Sophia.
Right on. Trust that it's
What you
true.
are saying now reminds me of a slogan. Focus, pocus, keep the focus.
Very nice, yes.
And then Carrie comes in and says, I agree with you, Sophia.
Yeah.
Anna is healing the world, being such a brilliant teacher of these infinitely loving ideas.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you both. My two Southern girls.
There's a couple more if you need.
Awesome, yeah.
I am told when I stop grasping for meaning, trying to understand, I accept that I don't need to understand.
Yes.
Sophia.
Absolutely beautiful.
Stay open-minded.
Yes. Yeah, here's how you can tell if you are about to waste some precious, precious, precious holy encounter time. If you feel the temptation to argue. Anybody recognize that? Okay, if you feel the temptation rising, it kind of rises like, to argue with somebody about a concept, an idea that has come up. If you feel the temptation or the urge to defend yourself or to argue or to convince. Anybody ever felt that? Today? Okay. That is how you know that you have forgotten the purpose of this precious, 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 holy, appointed encounter. Aha, I forgot that as a teacher, what I'm supposed to be doing is joining, that's it. Joining, loving, being accepting, period. That's it. So that's a good reminder. And, here we are as teachers of truth and teachers, of course, we're going to be having a deeper dialogue with the people who are brought to us. And so we need to be hip to that temptation. We need to be hip to the temptation so that we don't miss the opportunity to fulfill our function and to learn what we are. Okay? So I think that's a good, what's the word? A red flag, a little cue that we've forgotten our purpose. Now, then it says, does this mean, we read that, and it is most unlikely that your internal teacher would advise you to stop believing or to renounce an idea that you believe in. Now, your internal teacher, you might be advised that you are misusing the belief in some way, which is detrimental to your pupil's advance or your own, okay? So your internal teacher might say, you know what, you're kind of misusing this concept, whether it's reincarnation or the resurrection or whatever that concept is. You're misusing it, and in such a way that it's a detriment to your pupil's advance or your own. And so then reinterpretation, or whatever it is, would then be, reinterpretation would then be recommended. So your internal teacher may say, hey, you're misusing that concept. Look how you're using this concept to make separation. Notice how you're using this concept to make separation, defense, controversy, argument. You're misusing it, and let's reinterpret it. How about that? That's what your internal teacher might do. Your internal teacher's not going to go, hey, dummy, you're using that wrong. It's just going to say, I think you might be misusing it because it's making for separation. How about we reinterpret it? Got it? That's what your internal teacher will do. Now, then it says, all that must be recognized, however, is that birth was not the beginning and death is not the end. That's all we need to recognize about reincarnation. Yet even this much is not required of the beginner, really. What does the beginner need to? The beginner need merely accept the idea that what they know is not necessarily all there is to learn. Their journey has begun. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? So, relative to any concept, look, when we're talking about reincarnation, the only thing that's important here is this: recognizing that birth is not the beginning and death is not the end. That's all that's important with that topic, okay? That's all that's important, not whether reincarnation is real or not. And even that isn't necessary for the beginner, meaning the person the universe sends you. The most important thing is that the person the universe sends you hears from you that all they need do is merely accept the idea that what they know may not necessarily be all there is to learn. Nice. That maybe they don't know everything. Maybe there's something else to learn besides what they think they know. And once somebody says, oh, what I know may not be all there is to learn. Now their journey, their learning has begun. Isn't that beautiful? And then you've done your job. You've done your job. What's your job? Just to plant that seed with love and compassion and patience to the point where they themselves go, oh, maybe what I know is not all there is to learn. And now their internal teacher takes it from there. Their internal teacher says to you, right on. That's all we needed you to do. Thank you very much. Not to convince them of anything, not to really even teach them anything, not to tell them anything, not to convince them of anything, not to proselytize them, not to convert them, but just to plant a nice little loving, open-minded seed so that they themselves go, what I know may not be all there is to learn.
I think that's what makes life really exciting.
Yes.
You don't know everything.
That's right. That's right.
There is a lot out there to learn.
That's right. And it is only the belief. I mean, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy to hear that we and others have the belief that we know. That what we know, that's all there is to learn. What I know, that's all there is to learn. Now, you hear me saying that, you're like, I know, that's insane. Who would say that? Who would believe that? They'd have to be insane. But that is a belief that we hold. And that is the belief that makes us very poor learners and slow learners. And the Course in Miracles says that healing is learning. And that literally every healing, every good thing, every miracle, every abundance, every good thing that you deserve, that you're denying yourself, you're denying it to yourself by an unconscious, unrecognized belief that you know it all. What I believe about this situation, this person, that's all there is to know. That's all there is to learn about that person. What I think about myself, that's all there is to learn about me. Because if you didn't have that belief, your mind would be open. And to a mind that's open, the universe goes, whoosh. There's nothing the universe doesn't give you or share with you or show you or bring to you when your mind is open in the tiniest little way. I don't know everything. Maybe I don't know everything. Whoosh. Teeny little opening, and the universe sends it everything you need. Okay? So if there is a struggle, or if there is a perception of lack, or if there is a perception of loneliness, or any incompleteness, it has to be because we're suffering from our misbelief, a wrong belief, that we know it all. Isn't that deep? And you know, we're so in denial about that unconscious belief that we sit there and go, I don't believe that. That's insane. I don't know everything. I don't think I know everything. But we do hold that belief. And it's what keeps our mind closed to learning. And if our mind was open, even in the tiniest bit, then everything you would need to know for safety and peace and abundance and love would just be given at no cost.
We're afraid to admit we don't know.
We are afraid to admit that we don't know. But let me tell you, if there's any experience of lack or pain or struggle or fear or anxiety, let me tell you, you don't know. But you think you do. That's why the Course says the most essential thing for healing, which is learning, is saying, I don't know. I do not know. I do not know the thing I am. I do not know what I'm doing. I don't know where I am. I don't know how to look upon the world. I don't know anything. There's a little prayer there in the Course that says, if you will just say this and mean it, then the universe will open up to you with all its support and all of its abundance and all its wonders. I do not know the thing I am. And therefore, I do not know what I'm doing. And I don't know where I am. And I don't know where I'm going. And I don't know how to look upon the world. Wow. Now that is an open mind, and an open mind is always, always, every moment completely filled.
Amen.
Drink to that. And the crowd went crazy. So, if there is a struggle or the pain, or if there's anything where it seems like lack or separation or loneliness or pain or sickness seems real, then what we need to be doing is we need to open back our mind, and we need to tell ourselves the truth about the matter, which is, I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know the thing I am in this situation. And I don't know what this means. And I don't know what it's for. And I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know how to look upon it. Amen. Now that's a holy prayer. That is a very, very high and holy prayer. Dear God, I do not know what I'm doing. I do not know the thing I am. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how to look upon the world. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this is for. Amen. All right. So, beautiful. So, that's all that when you have planted that little seed in the people the universe sends you, you've done your job. Because now now the person's mind is open and the universe does the rest. How wonderful is that? Okay. Now, it seems so little, tiny little seed, but let me tell you, that can seem like the most daunting thing when you meet with people who, honey, they think they know. Right? Anybody know those? Yeah.
So if you run into somebody like that and you're demonstrating that you don't know, they might want to jump in and tell you.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
yeah, so I can
Exactly.
imagine that.
Oh, you say you don't know anything?
Yes,
Well,
let me
I will tell you. Thank you. That's a really, really good point. That's exactly right. When you say, gee, I really don't know what this situation or this relationship means, and you're all happy, they're like, oh, well, well, I'm glad you asked, because I'll tell you what your relationship means, honey.
So
It means exactly what mine mean.
Just
Yes.
be open to what they're saying without, what, I mean, what's the best way to?
Well, you know, if you will stay open to, you don't know what this encounter is for and what it means, then just like it said, Spirit will tell you what to do, what to say, what it's for. But only after you, as the demonstrator, say, I don't know what this encounter is for. I don't know what this relationship means. Hey, Spirit, what's it mean? What's it for? And then Spirit goes, glad you asked. I was hoping you'd asked. Because remember, Spirit doesn't speak to somebody who doesn't ask, who doesn't want to hear Spirit's voice. Why is that? Because Spirit is loving. And so Spirit doesn't force itself on anybody. And so, honey, if you think you know what's going on, and you think you know what it means, and you think you're right, and your mind is shut tight like that, Spirit isn't going to stick a crowbar in there and pry your closed mind open like we do. Yes.
Al Campbell.
Hi, Al.
Said, he wrote us a little poem here.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of, God is. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing to do. There is no past to remember. There is no future to plan for. There is only love, forever in the eternal always, infinite without limits, and loving without conditions.
Amen. That's beautiful. And wait till you see how that poem completely it leads us in perfectly. The next paragraph completely echoes exactly that.
Wow.
Beautiful. Thank
He
you.
goes on to say, what a relief. Spirit will take care of it.
Amen.
And then Sophia says, the one who knows my happiness is handling all of my details.
Yes.
My part is to listen and follow instruction.
Yes.
LOL.
Yes.
When I don't know love is knowing for me.
Amen. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. You guys, wow. Thank you for helping me to co-receive this teaching for all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, watch how this next paragraph completely says exactly what Al's poem just expressed. So it says, the emphasis of this course always remains the same. What is the emphasis of this Course in Miracles that always remains the same? It is at this moment that complete salvation, which means complete release, complete freedom, complete happiness is offered you, and it is at this moment now that you can accept it. That is what? That is the emphasis of this course, and that emphasis always remains the same. What's the emphasis? It's at this moment that you can receive complete release, complete healing, and that complete healing is offered you now. And at this moment now, it's being offered you, and only this moment now you can accept it. That's all this course is about, and that's all that we as teachers of love and truth are offering. We're not trying to convince anybody of anything. We're just trying to remember and emphasize that it's right now that complete release and freedom is being offered, and it's now that we can accept complete freedom and release. That's the whole point of every encounter. Not that you convince anybody, not that you show them how smart you are and how much you know, and you convince them, you know, of the truth that you know, and they change their mind in your presence. That's not what it's about. It's all about, hey, right now, everything, all release and freedom is being offered us, And right now, we can accept it all. Now, he says, this is still your one responsibility. That's it. Now. Accept it now. It's now it's being offered. It's now I can accept it. That's our one responsibility. As what? As teachers, as healers, as helpers. That's it. Isn't that beautiful? Love the next line. Atonement, which means healing, the healing, complete healing of your mind. The complete healing of your mind might be equated with total escape from the past and total lack of interest in the future. Wow. Now, if I have escaped the past and I have a total lack of interest in the future, then what am I going to experience? You're going to experience this. Heaven, which means complete fulfillment, is here. Heaven, complete fulfillment is here right now. There is nowhere else. That means heaven is now. That means there is no other time. That is what salvation is. Okay, what is salvation? Well, salvation is a complete healing of your mind. What is a complete healing of your mind? Freedom. Freedom. Complete release. Freedom. Complete fulfillment is what? The realization that heaven is right here. That means it's now. It's here, it's now. And there is no other time but now. Let's take a breath on that. Okay, that is the point of this curriculum. And that is the point of every single holy encounter that we are given, that we are set up on. Wow, it's here that you can accept release and freedom and happiness. And it's here right now that you can accept it. Heaven is here. Heaven is right now. And when you have accepted that the heaven and the peace and the joy and the healing and the abundance and the freedom that you want, you find it right here, right now, then you stop looking for it in the past. What he said, that's how you escape the past. And that's what enables you to have a total lack of interest in the future. Now, when you've escaped your past, guess what? You've escaped guilt and remorse. And when you have a total lack of interest in the future, guess what? You have freed yourself from anxiety. Anybody got any anxiety or guilt or remorse that they would like to free themselves from? Anybody know anybody who could use some of that? Wow. That's what happens when you have a total escape from the past and a total lack of interest in the future. Why? Because you have learned that everything you want, complete fulfillment, release, healing, freedom, is here right now. Yes?
We have a new lady, Patricia. It was her first time
Hi,
watching.
Patricia. Welcome.
And Sophia says, it's so simple, but when ego is ruling, simple truth is denied.
Right. That's right.
To help all others, I keep helping me and those who come to me. Right now it's offered and accepted by and through.
Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, what a relief. How wonderful that the whole point here of, the complete healing of our mind and also the gift that we are meant to give others is the remembrance that heaven is offered now. Okay? It's being offered. Release, heaven, happiness is being offered now. The universe is like, I got it here for you. It's all here. I have it all here for you now, right now. I have it all here for you right now. And we're just like, oh, but I got to figure out my past. I got to look in the past for why I am the way I am. Or no, oh, I need to plan for the future. I need to plan. I got to make sure I got something that I got to make sure I find it in the future. And the universe is like, but I have it for you now. I have it all for you. Would you like it now? I have it here for you right now. Would you like it now? No. No, I got to go look for it and earn it in the future. And I have to make up for and atone and feel bad for what happened in the past so that I can find it in the future. Wow. That's what we do. That's what we do. And that's what the people who we meet are doing too. Wow. So then it says, no teaching that doesn't lead to this one truth is of concern to you. Let me say that again. No teaching that doesn't lead to this truth is of any concern to you. If that teaching isn't saying heaven is here, heaven is now, there is no other time you can have it right now, it's being offered to you right now, do you want to accept it right now? If it's not saying that, and if it's not teaching that, it is no concern to you. Don't waste your precious time. Don't waste this precious encounter. Then it says, all beliefs will point to this one truth if those beliefs are properly interpreted. Huh, interesting. All beliefs from this religion, all beliefs from that religion, all beliefs from this belief system, and all beliefs from that religion. If they are, all of those beliefs, if they're interpreted correctly, they'll all say the same thing. Heaven is here right now, being offered to you unconditionally. Do you want to accept it now? Isn't that interesting to hear that all those beliefs of all those different religions, if you interpret them correctly, that's true. If you look at any religion, you will see that at the core really are these ideas in there somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Then it says, so in this sense, it can be said that a belief's truth lies in their usefulness. Okay? So in this context, when we're looking at a belief, we're going to judge whether it's true or not depending on its usefulness. So that we're not looking at, is reincarnation true? Is God true? Is this real? Is that true? We're just going to say this about any beliefs that we encounter. Is it useful? Is it useful? Is it useful in reminding us that heaven is here, heaven is now, it's being offered to me now, I can accept it only now. Okay, that's how we're gonna judge all beliefs from this point forward. As teachers with the people who are sent to us. We're not gonna be like, your beliefs are wrong. And let me tell you, what are the true beliefs? Let me tell you. Sit down. You got a few minutes? Got a few hours? I'm a teacher of truth. Did you know that?
The kingdom has come. We don't have to wait for it.
That's exactly right. That's right. Yes.
Patricia, well, first Sophia says, I know people who want release, but they are not ready, so I continue to ready the Sophia aspect of them.
Amen.
And then
Amen.
Patricia says, I think she's referring to the release, hard to do, have anxiety about planning
yes.
for the future.
Indeed we do. Indeed we do. And according to A Course in Miracles, anxiety comes from trying to plan, aka control the future. And we've all been doing that, right? That's what we all do really well. Plan for, control the future. Has it reduced our anxiety? Okay. Even if your day timer is this thick, has it reduced your anxiety?
No.
Okay. So, according to this, the idea that you need to plan or control the future in order to have peace now is the cause of anxiety. The healing of anxiety is the practicing, even if you don't fully believe it, that the practicing of the idea that the peace that you desire and the abundance and the love and the joy that you desire might just be here right now where you are. Because here's the deal. If God, your Creator, is love, for real, then where do you think that your Creator would put your peace, your joy, your abundance, your safety? If God is loving, for real, then your Creator's gonna put your safety, your peace, your abundance, your joy, your love right where you are and nowhere else.
Wow.
And that's what we need to remember, that because our Creator loves us and is only love, that all of that is within us. And our Creator put it there. And what our Creator makes or creates is eternal. So if God put that joy and that peace that is everlasting, that cannot be threatened in us, then guess what? That's where it is. And ain't nothing you can do to change that. Because that's how God creates in us. Yes.
A couple of things you said when you taught this in 2004. Which I love. I think you said the only question is it helpful to you? Is it helpful to make your life lighter?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing at the end I wrote is if it's useful, honor it.
Yes, exactly. Because that's the next sentence.
Oh.
It says,
that,
thank you, that's the next sentence. All believe, thank you. You're the only person who goes, well, when you taught this in 2004, you said da-da-da-da-da. I love it. That's precious. Thank you. That's really precious. That's amazing. And a little bit scary that I've been saying this that long and I still am not doing it. Okay. So what it says is all beliefs. Okay, so in this sense, it can be said that the truth of a belief lies in the usefulness of that idea. So instead of going, is this true? Is it false? Is it real? Just ask yourself, is it helpful? Now, all beliefs that lead to progress should be honored. All beliefs that lead to progress should be honored.
Sophia adds, a teaching concerned with past or future have no benefit.
Yeah.
Yet the correct interpretation they all point to now.
Yes, exactly. All beliefs that are correctly interpreted all lead to the fact that heaven is here and heaven is now. Why? Because you are here and you are now. That's why it's here and now. If you were somewhere else, it would be somewhere else.
And Al chimed in and broke down and said, thanks for the invite, Sophia. This is good. I will provide some exposure for her.
Woo! Thank you, Al. Right on. And thank you, Sophia. So it says, asking of whatever belief, is this belief helpful? That is the sole criteria that this course requires. No more than this is necessary. So the Course in Miracles isn't asking you to argue with anybody or try to convince anybody of anything. That's not what it means to be a healer. That's not what it means to be a teacher of love. It's just to ask a simple question of whatever beliefs you have or they have. Is it useful? Is it useful? Is it useful in helping you to remember that everything you want and everything you deserve in terms of peace and joy and healing and abundance is here right now because your Creator put it in you. That's why it's here right now. Because your Creator placed all that your Creator is and all that your Creator wants for you in you. Just like you do with your children. You take all your love. You give everything to your children. Oh, here's all my love. Here's all my support. That's what our Creator has done with us. everything our Creator wants for us, all the peace it has placed within us in a way that we can't lose. You can't lose, you don't have to earn, and you can't lose it ever. It's eternal. That's why heaven is here, heaven is now, period. And that's all that this curriculum is about, that we learn that. That's it. That's all. That's your sole responsibility as a teacher of love here on earth or anywhere. Isn't that beautiful? So you, as a teacher of this, you are releasing people from their enslavement. Hear me, their enslavement. The people who are sent to you are enslaved voluntarily in seeking in the past, trying to change their past, and anxiously trying to control their future. And they have voluntarily enslaved themselves to the fear and the guilt and the shame of trying to change the past, and the anxiety, massive anxiety of thinking that they need to control the future in order to be happy and safe now. And so you are releasing them from enslavement. And so, you know, there's no job that's more important than that. And if that's what you are doing for the people that the universe sends you, let me tell you, you will never suffer from self-doubt again, ever. All it takes is one person, and you release them from enslavement, from the past or their future, and let me tell you, you will walk away from that, and you will never, ever, ever, ever question your worth and your value like you used to. You'll be like, okay, I am the light of the world, just like it said. Yes.
So as I prepare to go out into the world and do exactly what you're talking about.
Isn't this the perfect, like, graduation, commencement talk?
You know, I'm very inspired, and I'm so excited to be a demonstrator of truth and all of it's like I want to only be truly helpful, and I want it so bad to do this, what you're talking about. And like yesterday, I went downtown to practice, right? And I didn't have any deep conversation or any real connection with anybody, and it was really frustrating for me. So how do I mean,
well, yeah. Well, try it again tomorrow after this and see what is different. Try it again. Yeah, absolutely. And remember that your sole responsibility as a healer and a teacher on earth is to accept it for yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, well, you know, I'm not a real go out there and grab somebody.
I mean, let me tell you something. When people are in the presence of somebody who is truly, truly satisfied and fulfilled in the moment, just in the moment because of who and what they are, let me tell you, it makes an impression on people. They may not understand what they're perceiving. They may not understand why it feels different to be in your presence. But let me tell you, they have still seen it with their spiritual eye. With their spiritual eye. Their spiritual eye recognizes it and goes, yeah, I want that. So really, you know, it has nothing to do with what you say. It has nothing to do with that.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe I'm just holding space, and that's all
Absolutely.
I'm doing right now.
Let me tell you, when there's somebody in your presence who truly is peaceful, you know, they're not seeking, they're not trying to change the past or hide the past or run from their past, and they're not seeking something in the future, and they're truly happy in the moment, they notice. They notice, and they may not be able to verbalize it, or they may not approach you, but something within them recognizes that and says, yes, I want that. And the universe goes, you got it. And you don't even know. You have no idea. You're walking on going, oh, I guess I didn't do any good today. Having no idea that you saved a soul. So, yeah, you just didn't see the good you did. Yeah. Awesome. Anybody else, questions or comments? How does it feel to hear these ideas?
You know, Holy Spirit's been working with me on these ideas, and I think what we do sometimes is we get so ingrained in the book principles of how I'm supposed to be applying it.
Yes.
And we don't know how to apply it. If we did, there wouldn't be a problem.
Yes.
But, like with me, I don't, I've even felt like calling Anna and somebody and going, is this in the book? You know, this voice that I'm hearing. But I've been telling people lately, ask for a sign.
Yeah.
And they say, well, what sign? I say, I don't know, just ask for one. And in that willingness, right there, they're admitting, I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And I have people now constantly telling me that I had these really weird things happening to me. Is this a sign?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, well, I would personally think it's a sign, but if you don't know, then ask for a sign about the sign. You just keep getting more, and it becomes a fun game. It's not condemning, it's fun.
That's right.
And then be present. That's the other. Those are really the two things. Because if you're not present, you don't notice the sign.
That's
I
right.
did ask for a sign, and I had a form of the sign because my lips were so chapped. I had my chapstick. Like, I would love to meet somebody who I could use their chapstick.
Wow.
And
Now that would be a holy encounter.
No, don't ask for what the sign will be.
Right.
Look for the sign.
There we go.
Awesome.
Don't make up the sign.
Al says, I think 99 times, and I find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me.
Yes.
That's Albert Einstein.
Yes. I just posted that quote the other day.
Yeah, I saw it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, really?
That's funny. Beautiful.
And then Sophia says, people see us with their spiritual eyes, and their memory of God is spark. It feels wonderful to hear these ideas with all here now.
No, beautiful. Thank you. It does feel good to hear these ideas with all you here now.
And we've been doing Beatles lyrics all the way through here.
I love it.
Talking
It's
about
beautiful.
profound ones.
That's right. So before we leave, I want to let you know that I'm facilitating a weekend workshop coming up first weekend in September. I think you guys all here know about that. So I'm facilitating a healing experience. It's called Miracles, Mother Nature, and Movement, and it's a 2.5-day experience in our home in the mountains where we are listening to the Course in Miracles teachings, and then we are practicing meditation in Mother Nature and doing healing work. So we're taking these ideas and then we're integrating them in healing waves over a weekend, joining community building so that we take these ideas. And how do you take these ideas and integrate them? How do you integrate them in a healing way? So that's what we're doing. First weekend in September. It's $150. Please see me if you're interested. All right? Okay. So now we're going to do, did we already pass around the basket?
No.
We are going to do our financial expression of appreciation. Thank you so much. Thank you guys on Facebook who have also made a financial expression of appreciation. And you can do that by going to my website, annakujawa.com, and going to the services we offer page, and you'll see a PayPal button. And if you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation to support this ministry and this temple of healing called the Miracle Center, thank you so much for helping us to do this more. Awesome. And also,
Sophia says she's coming to Denver.
all right, come on, girl. Come on. We got a place for you.
She wants us all to pray that she gets here.
Yeah, come on. We'll help you. Come on down. You've been wanting to come to Denver, so then now's the time. We're going to be
American
doing,
House and-
we're going to be doing conscious healing movement. We're going to be doing conscious eating, you know, healing with Mother Nature, what I call ecotherapy.
The Labor Day weekend?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. The weekend you're leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
On the way out of town.
That's right. So, you're going to be doing that on the road.
That's right.
That's right. So, wonderful. All right, so now, and also don't forget to check out my website also for, I offer miracle psychotherapeutic sessions where we take these ideas and we use them in a psychotherapeutic kind of way. So I'm available for those too. So let us now do our integration meditation. So it's about 5 minutes of just using the ideas, using them, integrating them. Using these ideas is how we integrate them and rewire them into our neurology and to our being and our memories. So, what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and take a breath. And just breathe. And just tune into how you feel right now. How does it feel to have heard these ideas today and to have heard them with other like minds who are open? Beautiful. And the first thing I want us to do is to acknowledge our internal teacher. Acknowledge its presence. Acknowledge that it is within you and that it has remained with you. Thank you. Thank you, my own internal teacher. Thank you for being there, for being real. Thank you for not abandoning me even when I would ignore you, which I am tempted to do every day. And now I want you to thank your internal teacher for all of the souls that your internal teacher has set you up with, has sent into your life. These mighty companions, these teachers, these pupils, these healers, these patients, these friends. And I want you to acknowledge to your internal teacher that you recognize that your internal teacher has sent every one of them to you. And then I want you to see in your mind's eye what A Course in Miracles tells us to see. Behind each one of these mighty companions, these souls that have entered your life, even for just a moment, that behind each one of them stands 1,000 more, waiting to bless you, to heal you and to be healed by you. Then I want you to ask your internal teacher to help you remember why they are there. Please help me remember why they're there. And then I want you to bring to your awareness a person whom you have experienced some conflict with recently. And I want you to see that person in your mind's eye. And I want you to thank your own internal teacher for them. Thank you for sending them to me. then I want you just to imagine being in their presence while you remember for both that the heaven and the peace that you both seek is here, and that the heaven and the peace that you both seek is now. Remember for both of you. And on their behalf, decide to accept that complete fulfillment and healing is here right now, and on their behalf, accept it for both of you. On behalf of them who are one with me, I accept the healing and the happiness that is here right now being offered for us both. On behalf of us both, I accept the heaven that is here right now being offered to us both. On behalf of this brother or sister who is one with me, I accept the heaven, the healing, the peace that is being offered us right now. I accept it for us both. And then, in closing, let's just silently say to our internal teacher, thank you, 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 for not letting me forget that the heaven that I seek is here and now being offered me unconditionally. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And breathe in that and let your gratitude to your internal teacher fill your heart and flood your body with golden, radiant light, flooding your every cell such that your body is light. It's a touchstone to light. And take a breath. And then see if you can hear your own internal teacher thanking you in return. And just breathe. Just breathe. And then when you're ready, just take a breath and bring your awareness back to the room and back to your body. Remembering that you can return to this holy healing oasis within and this holy healing relationship within any time, anywhere, with anyone, for free. Thank you, God. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys watching on Facebook. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for bringing your bodies here when you could have stayed at home and watched on Facebook. I really appreciate it. All right. May the course be with you.